Jesus,
So
Craig sounds
now
scary.
that we
Shut up,
have
Greg.
gone over what's happened, interrogated, uh, jumped on by a bunch of dwarves. I mean, excuse me, fuck,
I
not
wouldn't be
dwarves,
drunk that much.
goblins, etc., doppelganger, finding out the kidnapping plot. You guys were pretty beaten up. Don't want to give you too much credit. You did, I think, two of you at least. I know Bill almost died. I think Zach almost died.
I
No
almost
one
died.
touched Shemek the
That
entire
was
time.
fine. Yeah.
They were just kissing their fucking biceps and cutting people in two.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, so you guys actually decided that after that big fight, you're going to take a rest, and maybe wait for authorities to show up or something like that. But during this rest, which I am going to, as a DM, say you took a short nap, if that's okay, in separate rooms of the tavern.
We can short rest is what you're saying?
Yeah, you guys agreed on a short rest. You could make it a longer rest.
I thought it was a long rest, but
It could be a long rest.
okay.
Do you guys want it to be a long rest?
I'm okay with a short rest, but if you need it to like get your spells back or anything, like
I would like to have made it a long rest, but
Yeah.
if whatever fits
Yeah,
in our
we could do it. That would essentially be a good reset for your characters and be like, okay,
Yeah.
so yeah.
I'm not very useful without my spells.
Right.
Jim, can I ask that before we took that rest, we did get authorities to come and like apprehend this doppelganger?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Does
well-
everyone want to do that? Is that cool?
Yeah, that sounds about
Yeah.
right.
Throw him in
Okay.
jail.
You guys are, the places you just put out the fires with this really crappy beer or mead that has like no alcohol in it. It's practically water. And the guards, two guards, and Oric, the head guard, busts in, sees the place, sees this doppelganger in front of you, and instantly has his men draw their arrows, looking at you, and looks to the three of you and like, oh. Wait, this doesn't look weird at all. The two people who tried to steal my notebook right in front of me and gave me a lot of trouble, one of which has no backstory whatsoever, and one is an entitled half-elf. And then he also looks at Shemek and doesn't really have anything to say.
I wink.
He winks and he kind of he's pissed off, right? He doesn't really pay attention to that. He's like, "Give me." Does anyone want to explain exactly what happened here?
But if you want to meet someone who's fucking entitled, Mr. Smarty Pants, we've got this lovely blob for you to examine. A doppelganger, no less. Who, somehow managed to gather a number of orcs, try an arsonist plot in an effort to somehow woo my friend here. Nice to meet you, by the way. Yen. Yen was witness to all this, and he can attest to pretty much everything you saw. Yeah, do you mind talking to Yen here about this entitled one? To this entitled one?
The doppelganger, hearing this, he says, "I don't know who these people are. They have attacked me." He ignores the doppelganger. The guard does not give a crap about some kind of like basically monster talking, but then turns to Yun, who is a full Ongtil elf, and he says, "Okay, can you is what they're saying correct?" And he looks at the guard and looks to you guys and says, "Yes, this is all correct. They have stolen my wife and soon-to-be wife, and I don't know where she was taken to." Oric looks at this. He kind of looks around. He's still pretty skeptical. He doesn't really know this song. This is a lot to take in all of a sudden. You guys were pretty fucking suspicious when you came in. Just to reiterate, you did try to steal an officer's book from his hand the moment you met him. So he looks around, and in the back, there is a human who, if you remember, Misil, who actually asked you guys if you wanted to be part of the adventuring, or to kind of try out for the adventuring guild that the Queen of Midland is setting up. Oric instantly sees him and kind of brings him forward. They seem to know each other. Misil says, I can attest to the truth of everything that's going on. Oric just looks at him, doesn't say anything, but gives him a nod, and says, all right, where do we, where's this wife taken, or where's this elf taken? And I guess he's talking to the doppelganger at this point, actually. And the doppelganger kind of like he's freaking out. He was okay with dealing with a couple of adventurers, but authorities of a major city is kind of like there's no bargaining power anymore. He doesn't say a word. He just shuts up and doesn't say anything. Yeah.
Can I approach him and with my magic shillelagh power, can I imagine when I do it, like green light and the shadow of like a vine creeps out and like it wraps up my staff and whatnot. Can I like pretend that I'm about to do that, or in other words, like half do the spell and like threaten him and try and intimidate him to talk?
Yeah, sure. Throw me a intimidation roll.
Do any of you want to help me with this?
That would give him an advantage on the roll, right?
How can I do that?
You just say I'm helping. You grab him or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm right there too. I'm grabbing him by the
ooze kind of like
circle.
melts around your scaly hands, but you grab him.
Jem, you want to like flex a little, Cool. I'll take that help. All right, let's see what we get here. Intimidation is a plus.
Puff out my chest a bit.
Thank God for that, but not really. That's a 13.
You can tell that this doppelganger was almost murdered. They've got nothing to lose with not saying anything.
Everything to gain.
You could try. You could if you can give a charismatic argument for that to them who just try to burn down a bar and kidnapped a woman on how they have everything to gain from being arrested right now. I'll hear you out.
All right. Well, it's important to understand in times like these, Mr. Doppelganger. You got a name, Doppelganger? I don't like calling you that.
Yeah, my name is Cillian.
Nice to meet you, Cillian. I wish we could have met under better terms and you had a better head on your shoulders. But when we're down and out, feeling blue, when times are hard, as it were.
You don't know me.
I pull him down. His gooiness. Listen, when things seem as if they've reached rock bottom, you've got two ways: death and the rest of your life. It's up to you to make a choice about this. And I want you to think pretty hard about how the guards are going to see you as a doppelganger who tried an arson attempt in an effort to disrupt what I guess is an important marriage in town. And a doppelganger who is willing to help make right their crimes, and maybe we'll see a chance to live. Maybe they can find you a job. After all, espionage is an important asset to any major government institution, and up till now, you've proven to be a pretty successful spy, if anything. So why don't you put some consideration between your life, which could be great, you could have an paid job, employed by the state to have all sorts of love affairs with foreign nations and all that. Maybe they'll give you a cool suit. Or they'll fucking burn you to death. Think about it.
Oric's standing there, and he doesn't like any of this. He's like, he's going to die. We don't have. He's so lawful. This guy does not give a crap. He does not lie. He does not do anything like that. He's like, he's pissed. And the also Cillian, starts like, fuck you. You don't know me. I don't give a fuck. Like, you don't know what this doppelganger has done in the past. And also, he's pretty familiar. You can tell this doppelganger has stalked these people for a while. He knows how lawful this place is. There isn't wiggle room for people like him, things like him. So Oric is about to say something when another guard breaks in and whispers something into his ear. And he looks back, he looks towards you, also to Jan, and he says, listen. And he also looks to Rinsil. And in fact, he's mostly talking to Rinsil. Listen, the Balian boar has been spotted just outside. I don't have time for this. Rinsil, I trust your opinion of these, and he looks at the three of you, adventurers, and I hope they can handle this. And if you don't, he looks all three of you again, also looks to Rinsil, I promise you that there will be hell to pay. And he kind of turns around, doesn't even care about whether or not you say yes or no. That is like a command. He's expecting it now. And walks out of the room. Two guards are there. They rush out too. It's evident that the Balian board is kind of a big deal. The fact that it's right outside of Amtil. If you recall, the dwarves last session were hunting it and they left. So you can assume that something has gone down. And now the room is kind of quiet. Cillian is kind of looking there. You can't really see much of his face in the normal sense, but you can. He's like pouty. He's like a pouty little kid. He is not a fan of you, Nebo. Oh, thank you, sweetie. I got my chickies. my candies. They're plant-based. Okay. Okay, go.
Oh yeah, wait a second, you fucking vegetarian.
It's plant-based, dog.
Is it any good?
It's good for what it is, plant-based chicken.
Right.
Yeah. I'll try not to think about it. Yeah, so you guys are there. The cops are gone. You can tell that Cillian, although he is pouty, he's looser now, right? There's more of a chance that this fucking thing is going to survive. What do you guys do?
Okay, I approach him in a different tone. I go up and I put my hand on his shoulder and I say, my friend, a man who has nothing to lose has everything to gain. You are at your lowest low, and it appears that we may be the only people who have any ambition to speak to you. You seem to have been troubled. Is there anything you'd like to get off your chest?
He looks to you, and miraculously, he has very bright eyes. All of a sudden, he's kind of teary-eyed. He's like, "Are you offering to be my friend?"
Perhaps. If by friends you mean those who help one another, then perhaps.
Okay,
you
cool.
Help us, we can help you.
So you're my best friends. That's awesome. Great. Listen, I fucking hate myself so much. I literally was going to kidnap someone to become someone else for the rest of my life. If you want to be my friends, and he starts like crying. That's amazing. So what do I need to what do I need to do to duh, you want to know where she is? And Yun over there is like, he's fuming. He's really pissed. And he kind of sees it. He's like, oh fuck, okay. Yeah. So I just like kidnapped her. Some of the goblins ran down and took her into the sewage, the sewer underneath the tavern. I mean, they got to know about it. It's right. The entrance is right behind the bar. We could go down there and figure things out.
That's a wonderful idea. Why don't you lead the way?
Hey, do you mind if you're looking pretty tired? I'm feeling pretty tired. I know you and I didn't get off on the right foot. Would you mind if we took a bit of a long rest? We just got in from traveling, and I'm really sorry about the attitude I took towards you, but kind of fucked up my day. And that guy, that guard dude, he's a busybody who just kind of showed up while we were just getting off the fucking cart. And, he seems to have been spying on us somehow. And it's a little uncomfortable. So I'm in a bad mood overall, so I'm sorry.
Get it, man. All fucking authority should be murdered. I totally agree. I don't mind. I don't mind if yeah, you guys can take a rest. I don't want to be like kind of weird about it. I like you guys. Frankly, you beat the fuck out of me. I'm kind of used to that, so I'm kind of whatever. I feel like shit. I would love to take a long rest. I promise I won't run away. And you're my friend, so you're gonna trust me, right?
Hey, we're not friends yet. I take out my rope. This is just a
He
precaution.
turns to Fabio and he's like, he's like trying to get a little. He's like,
Fabio, I hand the rope to Fabio. If you trust him more, we're just it's a formality. We just need to,
formality.
I
Things
take
born
the
under a
rope
fucking
from-
rock.
I take the rope from Nebo and I say, sometimes friends like to tie each other up.
You know how you were saying you like to be beat up? Well,
I
this
didn't
is
like it. I'm used to it. I don't want to be. I'm just saying, like, I get it. Like,
have you ever tried being consensually tied up?
No, I have tied other people up against their will. Is that
You
the
might
same?
learn.
No.
No, see, it's very different. You might enjoy this.
There is a first for everything.
Okay. So do you guys tie him up or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. For sure.
After slowly closing in, we
You tie him up. Although he's like half goo, like he does have some kind of central core skeleton or something that can be manipulated. But you tie him up. Do you put him in a room or do you just like toss him in the corner?
One of us, I'll take him in my room.
Yeah, you said we all go in different rooms, right?
He's like, yeah, he's kind of like, oh, okay, Nebo,
He should go
really? Like
he should
Fabio,
go-
don't you want to take me? I mean,
Go with, okay, Fabio, you want to take him?
No, he should go with Shemek.
Yeah, not a bad idea. Shemek, do you mind taking him?
Shemek's the biggest
Not at
of
all,
us.
bro. Yeah.
He
Bro.
looks at this. He looks at Shemek, and like part of his bicep mimics his calf. One of his calves turns into Shemek's because he's like, wow, that is a nice calf. And then yeah, you guys go to bed. You take him up. It's free of charge. Obviously, you save the bar from being burned.
Damn straight.
As you were sleeping, the three of you find yourselves in a blurred dreamscape of a burning city, running into a battle together. Clashes of steel ring out in the darkness, highlighting clenched teeth and pointed ears as a figure in a large cloak rises up into the air before you, tearing away the earth below your feet with a wave of their arm. Nebo, you're the first to fall, and you suddenly find yourself in a massive, well-decorated hall of dancing figures. Amongst the well-dressed shadows, you feel glares looking you up and down. Examining yourself, you find you have no clothes, but only patches of leaves and dirt covering your body. Unlike yourself, you actually try to find something to put on out of this foreign sense of shame until you stumble upon a single female figure, older than you, somehow familiar, and yet totally unfamiliar, reaching out to you to make contact, to know and understand who and what you are, and you in a similar way reach out, wanting to know who this person is. Right before you touch a figure whirling about in this giant ball, this kind of ballroom dancing situation, dashes, like as your fingers are about to connect or hands connect, it slaps your grip away and kind of pulls this figure away into a rapid dance. You fall to the ground as another figure tries to catch you, and he misses, and you fall and fall and fall. Shemek, you find yourself staring into your palm, crocheting a wonderful set of weapon holsters. Yeah, what's up?
Can Anna hear you?
Yeah, I think she can. She's muted, but I heard her in the other room.
I can hear. Sorry.
Okay. Shemek, you find yourself staring into your palm, crocheting a wonderful set of weapon holsters. You own a crocheting shop. Many people come in, asking about your wares, buying things, chatting you up. Things are well. One day, a customer about your age comes in, and you exchange glances and talk a little. They ask for a sleeve for their flute, and you have just the thing. Turning around to grab it, you find a large orcish hand is holding it. And as you reach for it to grab it from them, it tears the flute case in two. In rage, you grab this hand and throw the figure connected to it over your shoulder with a great might, clashing into your shop. And stunned at yourself, you look back to the customer. You exchange another fateful glance, but this time you see only fear in their eyes. The dream skips to an image of your father's throne in Malborg. No one sits in it, and in the back, you hear distant screams of villagers and the crackling of fire. Fabio, you've just finished a freaking show. Around you are friends and fans showering you with cash and praise. On the table, you see mounds of money and letters with fucking lipstick on them. You're so distracted by what's in front of you, you only faintly notice that a small boy is sitting next to you. With a small tug of your sleeve, you turn your attention to him, but immediately notice that 5 mysterious figures are swirling and dancing around your table, cackling and making strange hissing noises. And a series of blurs, each ghostly figure dashes at you. But strangely enough, they pass through you. These are something like ghosts until the very final figure materializes before you in a flash. It is this hideous mixture of multiple beasts with a lovely voice. Suddenly you are falling. You are falling faster and faster and faster until the 3 of you wake up, inexplicably knowing that, yes, you all just shared a dream and seemed to witness each other's. Yeah, you're awake.
So we already know that we've shared a dream.
You just know you have a weird intuition, almost like something wanted you to share those dreams. And especially at the beginning, there was something about the beginning that kind of initiated this joint kind of dream sphere scape that you guys all kind of delved in.
I jump up out of my bed and I run over to Shemek's room and knock on the door, assuming it's closed, and calling for Shemek to make sure that the little shithead we tied up is still in the room.
I open the door, and the probably goop guy's still there in the corner.
Yeah, he's still there.
Still?
Is he
Yeah,
still
he's
there?
fine. He's fine.
You-
He's
you-
cozy. I gave him a blanket just to make
He's-
him a bit more comfortable.
He's in the corner. He's looking kind of comfy. You can tell there's a puddle of dry tears there. You can't tell because if he's ever had this much love before, or he's like, just like, God, my life fucking sucks.
A puddle of dried tears.
Yeah, he was kind of noisy for most of the night.
Oh shit!
I was able to fall asleep eventually, and I look over to Fabio and I was like, "Did you dream anything? I feel like we had
I'm
something going
sorry. I came to your room. I had a terrible dream, and it frightened me. I was falling and falling endlessly, and you were in it, and we all fell in battle, and I was worried we might have been, how would you say, had a spell cast on us. It frightened me. I wanted to make sure this little green piece of shit was still tied up as we left him, and he's not trying to brainwash us.
I come
You
out
can
of
tell in the corner, like as you call this guy a piece of shit, he's like turning his neck, and he sees you, and he's like, "Yo, Fabio, what the fuck? I thought we were friends."
I come out of my room and join you, and when you see me, like I'm in my nightshirt, but it's visibly like peed upon. Like I totally pissed the bed.
on. Oh crap!
And I
I'm
say,
shirtless, by the way.
"Do any of you happen to have any particularly apocryphal dreams? Hey, little dude, how you doing? Did you like the rope? Did you like being tied up consensually?"
He looks at you really quick, like Anakin does at the episode 3 with like fucking Obi-Wan comes out of the ship. He's just like
Hey, I go to untie him in my piss-soaked outfit. It's okay. If you didn't like it, you didn't like it. Hey, we're gonna make better terms. And don't mind Fabio. Fabio, I heard what Fabio said, and he's from a strange place where swearing about people is actually a term of endearment. I'm in a much better mood now, but he likes pieces of shit. He likes fuckheads. He likes bastards. Those are all good terms for me. If you hear me saying that, it's not. It's real. It's mean when I say it. When he says it, it's endearing, and he was worried about you.
He looks
tú
at
es el
Fabio,
bastardo.
and Fabio, you can roll a I mean, here actually.
Deception.
Yeah, Fabio, is that true?
Sí, I call all my amigos bastardos.
Okay. I'm going to assume that is actually true, so I won't make you roll a charisma check. You just come from a tradition where swears are terms of endearment. That is now canon. Unless you want to roll a charisma check as if you're lying, or a deception check, which...
Yeah, I'll roll.
Okay.
Because it's total fucking bullshit. I just muted myself for some reason instead of clicking on the other thing. So deception, you said?
Mhm.
Okay, so
You'll have a specific, it's charisma, and then it might give you a modifier.
Yeah, I got +3, so let me do a little roll.
Yeah, love that +3.
Oh yeah,
And
this
I'm
is what I'm good at.
You're helping him? Okay, yes, you are. Yeah, so that's
mean-
advantage. So you get 2
Fuck.
rolls.
Oh, thank God. Fuck. All right.
Don't worry, a 10 passes. He doesn't know fucking shit about your
10
culture.
plus 3, so
10,
13.
10 plus 3. 13, yeah, whatever.
Magic.
That passes. He doesn't know anything about your culture. He doesn't know anything about you. He's pretty ready to have anybody in his life. Yeah, so he's like, okay, so do you guys want to... I know we're like in this weird limbo of like, are we friends? Are we not friends? Do you guys want to... I don't know, like, I can tell you where she is. We can go underneath the sewer now. And then after you can let me out?
Sí, absolutamente.
Yeah, I mean, do you have any of you guys have a problem with that? Maybe you don't have to go our separate ways. Maybe you can learn to take on an identity of your own over the course of our mutually shared adventure. Come to a sense of self that you're so utterly lacking, though we know from tying you up that you do have a fundamental core, my little friend.
Yeah, I totally agree, man. It's just that the whole fucking world is prejudiced and doesn't fucking trust someone who can turn into anyone. Don't you fucking understand that I can turn into other fucking doppelgangers? My parents abandoned me because they thought I was going to turn into them. Do you know the Freudian nightmare that is my fucking existence from the very beginning? He just kind of spirals out. He is insistent that he does not have a core.
Who's
You were
Freud?
touching something for sure.
Who is a Freud?
What is a Freud? I'm very confused. I understand we all have trouble with our. I'm gonna go change clothes and then let's go down into the sewers and rescue, your abductee. And maybe you'll find yourself on our journey. How's that sound?
Okay.
Or we'll just find her, whatever. Real quick, you said you had the goblins just take her down into the sewers. You know how many there are, what we could expect on our way there?
Yeah. You killed Jeff. You killed Bobby. You killed Tom. You killed... Oh, what was his name? No one liked him. But he was like a kid. But whatever. Yeah. You killed... What was his name? Whatever. You killed almost all of them. They're probably... I mean, they were kind of a family, and they were only people who accepted me insofar as that we had a job to do together. There's probably like 2 left of that family, and they probably fucking got out of here. I mean, you guys murdered them.
Okay, well, let's hope that's the case. But I'm gonna go change, and then when we get back, we'll go. How's that sound? You guys ready? You guys
Yes,
need.
please, Nebo, change.
Have you untied him? Is he still bundled, or are you carrying him?
No, well, that's a good question. What
I
should we do,
could
guys?
carry him on my back.
That's true.
Like have him, or like have like a little, like babies have. You can have a little backpack with them in front. I can carry him around like that. Wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, maybe on your back's better because like full movement for your battle axe. You don't want to like have like a whole thing here for you to.
Well, if we get into battle, you should just drop the motherfucker.
He doesn't hear this. I take it.
No. This is.
This is
I mean, even if he did, he's like, motherfucker would be the only thing he picked up on, but he knows that's a good thing.
We're whispering to each other about how to handle the untying or tying.
Maybe a backpack. I'm thinking a backpack.
Yeah.
I think Shemek should carry him on his back.
Yeah.
You put him on his back. He kind of, the weird thing about him is like he oozes, but the ooze only travels so far, and it kind of goes around your shoulders, and you can tell like there's like you can hear him murmuring like, "Wow, this is strong. This is a strong orc." And yeah, you guys, do you guys go down to the lair? Or I mean the sewer?
Yeah, under the tavern.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
That's where we're
dope. Okay, you enter down these stone steps. It was behind the bar. It just opens up. In fact, you're like, wow, how did no one notice this? Obviously something like this was going to happen. You enter down these stone steps into a brick tunnel that's just barely over 5.5 feet tall, and is about 7 feet wide. Pretty tight squeeze. You could stand right next to each other, but wouldn't be very comfortable. There's a trickle of sewage water going both. Okay, so basically there's you enter in and it's a tunnel going two ways. It smells really fucking bad in here. It smells like shit and piss and pee and everything you would imagine. And the water beneath you that's trickling through is kind of a sludgy, is it water or is it like bile, right? You can't really tell. So as you enter, the light behind you quickly fades, and it's the two directions that face you is really hard to tell. Does anyone have there's almost no light down here. Does anyone have
I have dark vision. I think you definitely do, Shem.
Yeah, I think
too.
Yeah, I have dark vision.
So I won't be too much of a stickler. Dark vision will work, but it's not like having a torch out. You can see, but as dark as this place is, it's like dark vision is, if I looked it up, it's like more about dim lighting. You can see in dim lighting. This is like pitch black.
A torch on me in my inventory.
You could take that out.
Let's also set up a marching order real quick. Like as Jim pointed out, going side by side is not necessarily going to work super hot. So Shem, if you wouldn't mind going first, I'll take the middle, and then our bard friend, who's probably like the one we need casting spells behind us. In the rear. That cool?
Yeah. And I don't have a dark vision or anything, so I'm kind of hanging on to your coattails.
I light a torch.
Oh, okay, great. Then yeah, I'm in the back.
Yeah, you guys can see quite a bit further now. It is gross in here. There's slime on the walls kind of trickling. You look up and you're kind of like, where is this coming from? You can't really tell. It's just really gross. Great. So now
we have two options. We have two ways to go, correct?
You can go to the left or you can go to the right. You look down a little bit, and towards the left, you can tell that there seems to be another split off, and that the trickling water sound actually gets a little bit louder, and you even notice kind of a weird sound that you can't quite tell from here. To the right, yeah.
Can I do a perception check to see if I can either A, determine what that is, the sound, or B, if I can kind of smell orc. If there's like an orc den or something like Either one. That's kind of what I'm going for. Is like either I hear or I can tell that it gets bad in one direction.
Roll me an investigation check.
Investigation.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn it. Not perception. Okay.
I'll let you get perception. It's not a big deal. I mean, you're just in a sewer. You're not investigating someone.
It's up to you. I mean, it's the difference between a +1 and a +4.
You can do a perception. It's okay.
Okay. Thank you very much, Jim. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Let's go, baby.
17. Okay, nice. Yeah, so in terms of sound, the sound is something like music, actually. It's sounds kind of pleasant. It's not something you're really familiar with, but it is music. In terms of smell, it smells pretty fucking bad in here, but you do get a feint of something that smells kind of orcish. Now, you can't really tell if it's something out there or it's the fact there's literally a half-orc like right next to you. So yeah,
I turn around and lean forward and take a big whiff of Shem.
Sure, yeah. That, yeah, sure. For that, you can do an investigation.
Which one do I smell right now? Ooh, it's a 5.
5. You sniff Shemek, and you smell like it doesn't really smell like an orc. It smells like almost like a crocheting kit, like kind of linen, and like you almost can smell colors in this moment. It's a weird moment. It actually Shemek smells good. Doesn't smell like an orc. Not at least with a 5. Yeah.
Does that indicate that the other smell smells like orc?
You didn't get a good. You don't know the orcish smell of.
Distracted by the smell of.
Yes, that's all you picked up. Like multiple smells, you picked up this very faint, weird. Yeah.
Fuck. Like,
no, you did roll 7. Yeah, sure. Yeah. We just bought dice too. So.
Nice.
I gotta get some, man.
Yeah, fun. Makes it easier.
How much are they?
Depends.
If you get them from Amazon, you can get them pretty cheap, like $5.
Oh shit!
But if you want fancy metal dice, they can be like $20. And
yeah.
I'd probably start with cheaper ones just for that.
Yeah, fuck it. I don't have any expensive ones. What?
I got 14.
A 14 plus modifier at all?
That was plus the modifier. I got a 12 plus 2.
Okay. Yeah, you can. So whereas Nebo kind of heard this extra sound, kind of smelled something different than orc, but can't really tell what it is. You do notice that in this kind of split, the music's coming from the right side, and the louder water sound is coming from the left.
So, there's music coming from the right, and you think the water's coming from the left. Maybe we should follow the music.
I was thinking music too, because
I agree.
Someone has to be playing the music.
Music means the people.
Yeah, that does mean, and maybe they're. Hey, you didn't. I'm talking to our doppelganger friend, Scythian there, but you didn't happen to tell these orcs, these goblins, to take care of, treat well this Lynn person, did you?
No.
Just curious.
Yeah, no. I mean, that's the Thistle Missile that you're hearing. I mean, if you could just ask me. Remember, I was like here. It's a lot of people don't know about it, but it's like the secret tavern underneath the tavern. It's like a speakeasy, sometimes what they call it. They don't let me in there. They fucking hate me. They're jerks. Something about can't pretend to be the owner and walk in, this kind of thing.
Do you think the goblins would have taken her there?
No, no one likes the goblins. They're mean, and they also, I don't really know where they came from, but they don't really work well with people in a way that, like them specifically, not all goblins. I'm not a monster.
It's a people bar.
Oh, no. Yes. Yeah. No. I mean, depends. Am I a person?
Yeah, you've got personhood.
He looks to Fabio.
Yes.
Personhood. You've got personhood. That's an important thing. You've got to really work on that sense of self there. You don't need to ask us. Self-affirmation comes from within, buddy. One day you'll get your own legs. You got to really work on your own legs, and then you'll be
I
able
recommend squats.
to. But thank you very much. Well, guys, so there's a tavern down that way that doesn't let goblins in. They might have information though on the goblins sharing the sewer system with them. However, that also leads to the left being our best course of action potentially.
Mm.
Do dee do dee do.
You guys could try to get in. Like, if they see you with me, they might not be psyched about it. But
Well, hey,
how much do these?
Sorry.
What? No,
what's
go
that,
ahead.
Anna?
Can I ask the doppelganger if he can transform into like a baby or like a pet, a monkey?
Yeah, I totally could. I've done it a lot. Baby stuff, not like super satisfying. I can't actually morph my size too much, so I end up when I like toss the baby out and I take its place, I'm like a big baby. Doesn't work out. I've tried it a dozen times. Never works. But to the point, uh, they kind of have this password thing. I don't want to say it was because I was impersonating people that they like say they need a password now, but it's because I was impersonating people that they have a password. So you could try. The bouncer is not the worst guy in the world. But yeah, no, he doesn't like me either. So
well, two things or two thoughts. First, if we do try to approach them, we'll be very clear that you don't got to transform, but we're going to treat you like a prisoner, if that's okay. Do you feel okay with that? We're going to, pretend we're going to play up the part that if we do
Yeah.
approach there, if that's our plan. But my second thought is also we took a big long fucking sleep. We took like 8 to 12 hours to take that sleep. This poor elf lady must be miserable. So we might want to get our act together and go try and find her as fast as possible. And she might not be there.
yeah, he just kind of nods.
Yeah, thanks for your good input.
Mhm.
Player already.
I'm working on the personhood thing, and it's really easy when I'm tied up and forcibly put on someone's back. Thanks.
It's comfortable, isn't it?
You fell asleep
Yeah.
like 3 times.
He's like looking at you like really like with daggers, like
I get it. Well, you'll warm up to me, but yeah. What do you guys think?
Well,
It smells really bad. You guys don't like the smell.
I'm used to sleeping in my own shit.
and piss.
I'm very uncomfortable.
Do you go to the tavern? Do you or go to the two ways? Maybe you could go to the left. You could go to the tavern, which is presumably there.
I'm starting to think that this man's, what is his name? Thessalian's history with these tavern folks might not work out the best for us. And perhaps we are best working alone.
We could play it as if he's our prisoner, like he is. Be like, hey, this guy did a goof, and we need to solve the problem.
But what about the password?
Well, we don't have to go in. We just need to get information on whether or not anyone's seen any goblins running around. Also, with an elf lady, that's a pretty big deal.
I asked Cillian, is there a guard at the door who will stop us? And do you think that they will know anything?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, it's a little slot. It's a little eye hole that'll open, and he'll look at you, and he asks you for the password, and that's it.
And that's it. So if we don't have the password, he's probably not going to even talk to us.
He's not going. No, I mean, he's actually pretty talkative. He's not going to fucking try to kill you. Like he's a.
But I mean, can we interrogate this guy at the door? Can we?
Can you interrogate him behind a door? Maybe.
We're asking questions. We're not interrogating. That's a lot more aggressive.
Same thing. How many questions do you ask a bouncer before he tells you to, kiss his ass?
Well, let's find out and make sure our questions are pointed and to the right effect.
Well,
You guys presumably walk down to this T, this kind of split. To the right, you hear music, and to the left, there is, you just kind of, you're turning, you're going in towards the music, but you look towards there and you notice it gets even fucking darker, and with the flame of your lights or your torches, you can tell that it angles downward. And the water kind of rushes down in this sort of like, something like a slip and slide. So you go to the door, and I presume you guys knock, or
Yeah, I'll knock.
Okay, nice. This eye hole opens, and you see two like big green eyes with green skin. Oi, all right. What's up? We got some people out here, man. In the background, you hear, well, did I know the password or not? And then he turns back. Do you know the password then?
Well,
maybe can I do like a charisma check?
Sure, yeah.
What
are you gonna say though?
We are the guests of honor. We don't need a password.
He turns and he says, "Oh, they were talking about the guests of honor, Ace. Oh, what are you talking about? There's no fucking guests. We already got the halfling in here." He turns back, like, "You're not the guests of honor. The guests of honor's already here."
Excuse me, Fabi. So what my friend means is we understand that we acquired possession.
You look at that. He looks at the half orc who you're kind of like peeking around of, and it's like, "You look like a fighter, all right." That's all he says.
All right, yeah, no, just real quick. You see this this doppelganger? You might
around, show it off.
Well, we've captured him. He's done some messy things. You might not recognize him quite as this form. You might recognize him as an impersonator of the owner of the bar or many other bad shapes,
Oh, they got Cillian with them, Ace. Ace in the background is like, "Oh, fuck these guys." And he turns back, like, we don't like Cillian. Is that Cillian?
He's our prisoner.
Oh, yeah, but he's a bad vibe. Haven't you noticed he kind of sucks?
Yeah, it's when you have a prisoner, it's not like by choice, you kind of have to deal with it. But he's done some naughty things, and we're just trying to like resolve all the problems here. Would you mind informing us if you happen to see an elven woman being spirited away by a number of goblins?
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen that? You haven't heard that?
No.
Well, would you mind if we had a drink and discussed our plans? Maybe you can look at our prisoner and mock him for being caught and silly. It'll be a right time. And our friend here, Fabio, the strange dragonborn with an accent, he's a wonderful musician and creative person. He can provide some show. Maybe if you've already got a musical guest, he can add accompaniment. It'll be a grand old time. Also, I can give you a gold right now if you want.
Yeah, just roll a charisma. Give me a perception. Or I mean a fucking
Performance?
No, not a performance.
Persuasion?
Yeah, persuasion.
Anyone want to help me, Fabio?
Yeah, I pull out my
Fabio can roll. I think Fabio's got the best roll if he can roll with advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's got huge charisma.
Let the bard do the bard shit.
Yep.
All right, babe.
Okay. Does that mean I roll twice?
Mm-hmm. D20 plus your modifier.
Oh, it's gonna fucking hit, all right.
Oh.
Bitch titties, let's go.
What do you say? I mean, do you want to say anything?
Yeah, I say, if you let us in, I can play a little tune for you on one of my instruments. I have a few to choose from. If you let us in and ask a few questions, I'll make it worth everyone's while.
He looks at you and he's about to ask like, what do you play, et cetera, but you're just something about you. You're charming, something like that. He turns around and you hear some talking, and then somebody they come back, and they being this guy named Ace who you heard being talked to, and there's kind of this rumbling, and you see this. You can see a little closer now, what's actually through the peephole, and you actually see this kind of orc chieftain lift up this. Fuck, I can't remember. I think they're called. Sorry, give me a sec. It is essentially an elemental trapped in a metal dwarven body. Ace, it's called Ace. And you lift it up, and it's basically this dwarven face, and he's looking at you. You got Cillian in there?
Yeah, he's tied up.
He's tied up, is he?
Mm-hmm. He's all blobby.
All right. And you got a bard that can actually play something?
I can play many things.
Huh.
He's very talented.
Huh. He kind of shuts down. It's like, get this fucking halfling off here and, let them in, whatever. You hear like 7 locks. You go into what is known as the Thistle Misil, the secret kind of speakeasy or whatever the fuck it's called, beneath Misil Bar. So it's a dark but actually lively tavern filled with various fiends of the underworld. A stench of like bile from the behind you, and maybe a little bit blood can be smelled, but it's quickly masked with this strange neutralizing odor coming from what seems to be a huge volcanic opening in the middle of the bar. To the right is a bartender, seemingly a dwarf made out of flaming steel, an elemental stuck in kind of a steel dwarven body. There's a few imps in the corner with a harpy talking to them, and a drugar, which is something like think of a very pale dwarf with like dead eyes, is not too far away in the corner, and he's kind of giving you a strange look. Immediately, you guys walk in, and immediately this harpy in the far back screams, "Oh my God, is that you, Fabio?" And she like darts for and like this uncanny like, Fabio, oh my God, what are you doing here? Did you know I was here? How's your boy? How's your art? Tell me about it. It's been so long since we've seen each other.
Yes.
Not in real life, like.
You do recognize me, right, Fabio? Come on. We were married for a long time, like 3 months at least.
Of course. How can I forget one of my many ex-wives?
It's Tammy. It's Tammy. You remember me?
I turn towards Shemek and Nebo and give them a look of fear and panic, and then I look back towards.
She starts like leading you away. Fabio, let's catch up, and she's trying to separate you from the rest of your friends. Like, we have a bunch of imps here. They're so interesting. They're so I don't know. They're whatever. Come on, Fabi, come on. Do you go with her or do you stay with the group?
I resist, and I tell her, I will catch up with you momentarily. I need to handle some business first, but let me come back to you when we have finished discussing some important matters at hand.
Oh yeah, totally. And for an instant, you see like this kind of like, okay, and then she kind of like drifts away and almost like moonwalks back in this weird thing, and she goes back to these three other imps on the other side of this volcanic kind of opening in the bar, and you can feel this harpy's eyes on you. She is watching you like a hawk, and yeah, it's a harpy.
Yeah, no, just walking like a hawk or a hart.
Yeah. Whoops, like a harpy. So you guys are just chilling. You can talk to whoever you want. Oh, and also there is a bard. There's a halfling there who, if you recall, was actually in the tavern in the first session, kind of creeping around, being weird. You look at him. He's a halfling in what seems to be royal gnome clothing that's very tattered and ripped, and he basically it doesn't fit him, right? It's just like he's a toddler wearing baby clothes, effectively, and he's playing some music that sounds actually pretty good.
Hey Fabio, what if you went and talked to that halfling? If he was at the bar, I think I recognize him. He might have seen where the goblins went when they were abducting Lynn. And I'll talk to Ace real quick if you guys don't mind. And Shem, you want to come with, or do you want to go with Fabio? You want to do something? We're at a
Thinking of
bar.
talking to the dead-eyed dwarf we saw. It seemed like he was having a bad time.
So the three of you split off. Who wants to go first?
I'm gonna feed the trunk really quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Well, since I figure Ace is real close to us, because he was just like, so hey Ace, thank you very much for laying in. My name's Nebo Winter. It's very nice to meet you. You have a very lovely place here, and I gotta say, way to keep it on a lock and key basis, because this is a hip joint. And you know, if anyone knew about this place, you'd be full up with hip cats trying to like have a good time, and you know, they can really ruin a vibe. So thank you. And I give him 1 gold.
He kind of looks at the gold and doesn't touch it. So, are you gonna play something? Is your friend gonna do something? He sees Cillian on the half orc's back, and he's just kind of eyeing it. He's not super crazy about the situation.
Well, yeah, no, Fabio's going to go up there and talk to him. I'm just, I just wanted to ask real quick.
Cillian, it's not my bar, by the way. It's Drew's. He kind of goes, looks to the Druger, and the Druger's kind of sitting there looking kind of dead.
Well, Drew runs a fine establishment, and I understand your security for it. I'm just, making small talk. But if I understand you're not enjoying this conversation, I just wanted to ask real quick. You wouldn't have happened to see a elf woman be, dragged through the sewers recently, would you? Maybe some goblins. There's a family of goblins we understand to live down here, and we need to acquire some goods from them, namely an elf. Just curious if you happen to hear about anything like that, maybe a scream. We'll be out of your hair in no time, and Fabio will put on a great show.
Listen, I didn't see anything. There's a steel door. You can see that it closes. We don't hear much right out of it. There could have something happened. If anyone knows, it's excuse me 1 sec. Oh, I mixed up my accents. If anyone knows, it's Crunch.
Crunch?
The bodyguard. Yep. I let you in here.
The guy who let us in here, you say? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, it's been a pleasure talking to you. We'll be out of your hair in no time. If you want to poke Cyril, feel free, you have your way with him.
Yeah. And he kind of points to like a table that's really close to the lava, like where you can feel the heat. He looks at Shemek and is kind of like, "Oh, you can put him right there if you want."
Yeah, let's put him down. Hey,
yeah, I assume Shemek does. Yeah.
Do you like hot yoga?
Huh? What?
Cyril, do you like hot yoga?
No, I don't like being near lava, but
No,
listen,
it's not an environmental thing. You'll sweat out all the negative energy, all the bad things you've been feeling. Just breathe in the sulfuric ash air. It's
he looks at you and he does not find this funny at all. He's been in this bar a lot. It's not the first time they try to do this to me. You realize that, right? This is not what friends do. And he looks to Fabio.
at
Or
the
actually,
change.
Fabio's gone, but yeah.
Yeah, we're looking at a change in perception, okay? We're trying to look at negative situations and turn them positive. It's part of selfhood, perspective. You need to get a sense of perspective here. So in this circumstance, we're going to be in a shitty situation, but we're going to find the silver lining on a gray cloud, or the volcanic lava from the flowing lava.
He kind of tunes you out, and he is just like kind of eyeing the edge of the lava, and he looks like you would be if you were tied up very close to a pit of lava. He's sweating, and most of it is from anxiety at this point, which is to say he's all black and like a mushy mob thing, and it's thick, gooey, weird shit going on with his body right now. Fabio or Shemek, either one of you want to do your dialogues?
Yeah, who am I talking to again?
You walk up to this halfling in the corner of the bar who's like playing this little lute or whatever it's called, like a little guitar kind of thing, and he blatantly ignores you, and you haven't said anything, but he doesn't look down at you.
Okay. So yeah, I walk up and I say, I see another fellow musician. How long have you been playing for?
Oh, hello! And he puts down the lute. Instantly, you can tell this guy likes being talked to. Hello, you Dragonborn. You are quite the big lad, aren't you? Hello, my name is Who. Who may I be talking to?
Your name is who?
My name. Have you heard of it? You must have. It's known all about the land.
I'm not from around here. Could you tell me? I'm what you might call a foreigner.
The moment you say he's a foreigner, he's kind of like, you don't know his name. I'm not sure. Do you speak in common tongue, my poor dragonborn?
I try my best not to take insult to his tone, but I say with the most genuine smile I can put on, yes, I can speak a language. In fact, I speak 2 languages. Do you speak 2 languages or only your one?
Oh, yes. I'm sure that's very nice for you. And he pulls out a coin and he flicks it in the air to you. You can try to catch it if you want.
I do. I try to catch it out of the air.
You catch it out. Well, he flicks it to you.
Okay.
And right there, you look at the coin, and it actually it has a picture of his face, and it says who on it. And you flip it over, and it says who again, except it's the back of his head, so it's not even like a face. And he's like, so you tell me you're a musician yourself, are you?
Yes, I am. This is an interesting coin, by the way. I've never seen anything quite like it. With 2 heads on either side.
Yes, it's actually, if you notice, it's me on it. If you look at it again, you kind of open your palm to look at it again. It's gone, and he takes it out of his pocket again, and he flicks it to you. You can catch it again if you want.
This time I let it fall on the floor.
Right, and he doesn't acknowledge it at all. And he's like, so what kind of instrument do Dragonborns play?
I can play a few instruments, but I am also most happy when I play the lute.
Oh, okay. Can I see your lute? He looks onto the side and he sees these 2 pieces of wood with literally 1 string connected to them. Is that a Dragonborn lute?
Yes, it is a special type. It is just one that I made for myself. It's a one of a kind.
Oh, that's very sweet. That's very sweet. Well, I'm sorry if I seem a little bit distracted. I do have a job to do. And he takes out from his pocket the same coin, and he flicks it to you. Now you can keep that as a token and give it to anybody who doesn't know the name. Who? All right. And he goes back to playing his lute. You can try to talk to him again for your own sake. Yeah.
I do. I catch the coin. I say, grazie. Pero I have a couple questions for you if you would just give me a moment of your time, fellow lute player.
He kind of starts playing again. Yes, Dragonborn. What do you want?
Well, I don't mean to pull you away from your very important job of entertaining a bunch of drunks.
But you do, and
But-
you are. But please, yes.
Oh, pardon. Pero we are missing an elf woman. She may have disappeared somewhere around down in the sewers. I'm curious if you have heard or seen anything that might be useful information regarding this.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. Actually, when I came down here, I ran past the little goblins. None of them knew me, but I saw them, and they looked angry. And I believe when I was getting in, there was a yes, there was a very obnoxious sounding noise and a couple goblins, kind of like a scream or something. I tend to block out whatever is kind of below me, although I am very small, so I don't mean literally. I'm a short person. Sorry if I'm confusing you, Dragonborn. But yeah, I noticed something like that. It was right behind me, and then I went in, and then I heard nothing. So yeah, I hope that's some help. Is that good enough? Can I play?
Outperform him.
That's a useful. But what direction did you say they went in?
It was at the door. I was getting in because I perform as a bard at taverns, and they were behind me, I think. Yes, I guess it was very loud. And then I entered, and then the door closed, and I started playing once they told me. He takes out this coin again. You notice you don't know where the fuck that coin went that you just had in your hand, and he just doesn't even has no actual intention of you grabbing it. He flicks it so hard it just goes off to the right. It just kind of flings off. Yeah.
I know where he went. Outperform him.
Outperform him?
Yeah.
Should I just pull out my loot?
Yeah, they let us in because they said, "Hey, this guy."
You are expected to play music. Yeah.
Okay, that's true.
You notice the banshees and the imps, they're all like giggling and like looking over. And again, the banshees' eyes are like this weird in between of like flirtatious and then flashes of like, and then yeah. So if you wanna do a performance check, feel free.
Yeah, I tell him. Thank you for providing me this information. I've been looking long and hard for this. You know, I came in here on the promise that I would actually perform. So perhaps you and I could perform together, or maybe one after another. See who is the best.
He kind of looks over to the bartender, Ace, and Ace just gives him kind of a scowl. This is, yes, of course, I would be fine with sharing the stage with a dragonborn. He takes out the coin and like nervously flicks it behind him, and then, yes, of course, and he plays his flute or whatever his lute, and he stands on the stage and he plays. Let's see.
Hey Zach, real quick, don't forget your bardic inspiration points. They allow you to roll. Like you can give them to everybody at will, but you can also use them yourself. And what they do is they add a certain dice of, I think it's a D6 or a D4 or something, to your roll if you choose to use one. So when going through checks and shit, you can be like, I use the Bardic Inspiration, and then roll a dice, and that will add to your roll.
Bardic Inspiration.
Isn't it like a D6 or something, or a D4?
At level 1, I think so, but I'm not sure.
Oh,
I think it's
there
a
it is.
D4. Yeah, that's my guess.
Bonus action within 60 feet.
So you could to signal this, like in the show we're watching, the bard winks at people to give them a bardic inspiration. It's something you do instantly.
Ah.
So it's like you're like, hey dude, you rock, bardic inspiration kind of thing. You boost them. You're a bard. You're like, I'll sing a song about you. And
Okay. So it could be like any kind of a gesture that sort of initiates it.
yeah.
Okay,
you could just say it, but
I give
whatever.
two little claps, like a little Spaniard. I go, and it draws attention, and suddenly my bardic inspiration has taken the room.
Great. We'll roll a. I already rolled. Roll a D20.
Okay.
And then add your performance bonus.
Okay. Fuck yeah, let's go, baby.
Nice.
I got 17 plus my performance.
So not natural 20?
Not a natural 20, but it's a 20.
22 unnatural.
Nice.
The bard next to you, this little kind of up his own ass halfling who no one's ever fucking heard of. Who? Yeah.
That's such a good name.
He plays this little thing. It's kind of impressive. It's like a intermediate level of flute, of lute. And yeah, Zach, I can narrate, or you can tell me what you do, which instrument you use, or
I pull out my single string gente, as I like to call it.
It's a gente.
It's a gente. And I play a style of music which has never been heard by anyone in this bar. It's heavier and more intense than anything that's been played.
The echo. There's something about this cavern bar that has perfect acoustics for like a very specific low tone. So it's as if this like it gets echoed throughout. The lava is kind of giving off this ash and smoke in the air, and you almost have this like special effect, like for the banshees and the imps in the background. They're looking at you like fucking jam out on this one string guitar through this filter of fire and flame, kind of like accenting your movements. You look fucking badass. Everyone in the room, these fiends, these ghouls, are all kind of like weirdly like just like, fuck, dude. You can tell you're moving the room. You're doing a great job. The bartender Ace is kind of like, half dwarven, half elemental, and he's trying to restrain himself, but he's kind of doing this little beat, keeping with the rhythm. Yeah, great job.
Can I full on headbang while he's doing that?
Fuck yeah.
I know I've never heard it before, but I'm in.
Yeah, dope. Anna, you're kind of walking over. All this happens fairly quickly. You start hearing this like jam. I'm gonna give you 1+. The music is so good, everyone gets 1+ roll as long as Zach is still playing, or Fabio is still playing. Everyone kind of starts moving to this rhythmic pattern unconsciously. It's just a good vibe. Anna, you walk up to this Druger. Who's kind of sitting at a bar. He looks pretty dejected. You were right when you said he looked kind of depressed. He does look pretty depressed. He kind of shifts his eyes up to you, kind of traces you. For the first time, maybe since yesterday, he doesn't immediately think anything of your physique. Yeah. What can I do for you, kid?
Like, what's up, bro? Can I buy you a drink?
Well, it's my bar, so.
Oh, it's your bar.
Yeah, it's my bar.
Can you buy me a drink?
No.
Oh.
No, I won't buy you. It's hard. Look, sorry, you look like a young kid. I'm
23.
You're 23. Yeah, you look like a young kid. I'm going to. I don't mean to be rude. It's just been rough here. We haven't been getting business for a while.
Pretty poppin' tonight. Doesn't look like.
Yeah, you should see it when it's really popping. It's really something. All we could get was this fucking loser. I don't even know his name. Who is he?
Who? Yeah.
Yeah. Who? I don't know. And these regulars, these fucking imps and stuff, don't even get me started. I mean, they're here all the time. They're the worst. And that Cillian guy, he's been here for months. He keeps trying to get in. I mean, well, why do you care?
I'm kind of put off of it. It's just like, okay, wasn't expecting his life story. But I ask like, well, have you know of the goblins? Do you deal with the goblins a lot?
Oh yeah, those goblins. Yeah, we don't let them in here. They're pieces of shit.
Do you know where they hang out?
They hang out in the sewers. The sewers lead right out to Kuroki Forest. That's really the only way in here sometimes. For someone that small, they could probably get through. So they probably come from the forest. I don't know them in the underworld at all, so.
Oh, cool. So no on the drink.
No, I need money. Listen, the taxes down here are fucking crazy. Lord Tuss, he rules with an iron fist. I don't want to get into it. It's pretty bad, kid. I won't lie. This economic situation is fucked up.
Cool. Well,
yeah, cool.
Thanks for the info. You're pretty cool. And I over his shoulder and I see kind of a lady sitting alone, maybe with a drink, and like I have other business to attend to. You're cool. It's cool tavern. It's a cool place. Don't worry, you'll do fine.
He kind of looks down. He looks pretty dejected. And you can tell he feels bad about that conversation. He didn't like how it went either. He can read your vibe. You're still pretty young. You could roll like a charisma check or a deception check if you want to hide your mood. If you don't, that's fine. He didn't like how that went.
I don't want to hide it.
Yeah. Okay.
I wear my heart on my sleeve.
Okay. So the girls. Just a reminder: the only really other people in this tavern are the imps and the whatever the siren, not the siren, the
Banshee.
Harpy.
The banshee, or I think
you said banshees. You said imps, and then there's Tanny, our good friend's ex-wife.
Oh yes, Tammy. She is the one non-imp character. Maybe I've said multiple things now. Let me make sure. Harpy. Sorry, Harpy. Yeah, great. Oh yeah, you walk over. Anna, do you want to walk over to the Harpy and the imps?
Oh, not the Harpy.
Yeah, that's the only other
one of the imps. She been looking pretty good.
Oh, okay. They're all at the same table. If you want to go over there.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Wait, the Harpy is the one that introduced herself as my ex-wife, right?
Yeah. Correct. Yes. Yeah.
We were married for 3 months.
Yeah. It was pretty serious.
I have a complicated history. Okay, Bill, don't judge me.
Finally.
You walk over there, Shemek, and besides what is it? What do I keep saying?
Harpy or hips?
Harpy. The Harpy ignores you. She's mesmerized by her ex-husband fucking killing it on the stage right now. You walk up to the imps, and two of them kind of notice you. They look you up and down. You're a nice young piece of meat. They're into you. Hey, what you up to, youngster? You looking like you're kind of lonely.
Can Can I do either like an insight check or perception check of how old they are?
Sure. Yeah.
Which one?
You could do it for both. Roll a perception.
Okay.
Gotta make sure they're overage before you start.
Okay,
They're all
9.
74.
I got 11.
Yeah, you can tell that these imps are of age.
Okay, cool. I walk over to them, kind of lean over the table. Be like, "Hey, can you buy me a drink?"
They see you kind of like, you're a big dude. Imps, I don't know if you know, they're small. They're like 2 feet tall. They see this big hunk just kind of like, hey, you want to buy me a drink? Go ahead and roll me a charisma check.
Okay.
You get a +1, whatever you roll.
Right. I forgot
And
about
for the
that.
boldness,
Okay.
I'll give you advantage on this because you're not only asking them, you're asking them to buy you a drink.
Okay. I got a nat 20.
You got a nat 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
20 drinks.
Two of these like imps look to each other, and by like some kind of telekinesis, the other imp also looks like you just brought a fucking vibe with that line, and it just cut through this nasty music and just slid into their ears. Even the harpy is kind of like turns for a second and kind of looks you up and down, and watches, isn't totally invested. This other imp who's on the other side of the harpy totally like kind of scooches the harpy away, and the three of these imps are looking at you, frankly, thirsty as fuck. That was smooth. They say,
Are you thick?
You do it every time. You just make it everything hot and heavy.
Oh my god, you can absolutely have a drink, my big boy. And one of the imps kind of flies up and flies over, talks to the bar, and brings like 6 drinks, like all in their hands, puts 3 in front of them, 1 for each, and puts 3 in front of you. So like, and you notice there's this one imp, kind of talking for them. It's kind of like a clique, and she's like the mean girl of them, like the leader. It's like, so I'm Tutti. What brings you to the Misil Thistle, the Thistle Misil? Who cares? Like, what's your life story? Talk to me.
I down one of the drinks, as kind of to show off, kind of just quickly guzzle it down, and then be like, I'm just looking for a good time.
Oh, well,
can I find it here?
A good time. Oh my god. Oh my, they look at each other and they like verbally say, oh my god. Yeah, we could, they're like getting nervous. Like they're older than you, just so you know at this point. Like, but they're like kind of like totally thrown for it. Like you are making moves. Yeah, we could have fun here. What do you think? What do you want to do?
Like, great. So I have a couple crafts that I need help with. Maybe you can help me with them. I'm working on some. I had a crazy dream that I opened a store, and I kind of want to do that now. So I have some projects that I've been working on, and I take out my great axe and show them kind of a half finished, like, design work, yarn work, crochet thing. And like, so what color do you think will work here? And
yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
They look at this axe and they kind of go, oh. They like this big axe. They think it's pretty hot. They don't really pick up on the fact, unless you want to make it clear that you're talking about crocheting. They've got an image of you that they're pretty content with. You could make it clear to them you're talking about crocheting. Like, you're so fucking pretty at this point. They are kind of, they're kind of like dumbfounded. And they're certainly not expecting you to talk about your crocheting. But if you want to, feel free.
I kind of, maybe this is more it's intentional. Shemek, he knows what he's doing, so he kind of like runs his hand down the axe a couple times. Just to rile him up a bit. It's like, I'm just like, no, it's something I've kind of picked up recently. You ladies seem to know your way around a needle.
They look. When you said you were kind of massaging it, were you trying to draw attention to the crocheting, or were you emphasizing just the axe?
The crochet part of it, but very sensually.
They look at the crocheting. They just kind of realize what your emphasis actually is, and they kind of look to each other. They're a little bit surprised. You can tell they weren't. They didn't really ever think about being attracted to someone who crochets. But they kind of roll with it. Yeah. I've never used a needle in my life. We just work down underneath Ongtild, but that's so cool that you crochet. That's so cool. Tell us about did your mom teach you that? What did your dad think? And because they're assuming a lot about orcs right now.
I have two dads actually.
Oh my God. Oh, cool. That's so cool. That's
one
so
of them's
cool.
dead. It's no big deal. I don't care.
Oh my God.
The other one's alive.
They all go, oh my God, you poor baby. The three of these amps are kind of gripping your bicep.
I flex for them a bit.
Oh, they're tucked into you right now. And for you could at this point, you've established you're hot, you're jacked, you're also sensitive in a way that they never really had the experience of before. In other words, you represent an attractive masculine male who has a strong feminine side. Their world is sort of blown right now. They're becoming a healthier person. They kind of strap your arm. They hug your arms. You notice that this banshee, this harpy, goes up, and let's say this is about 10 minutes later. Zach's been playing for a while. I mean, Fabio's been playing. This fuck, why can't I remember it? Banshee, Siren,
the harpy.
Harpy. The harpy goes up to Fabio right now. And he's playing. Who is dejected and kind of muttering to himself in the corner and keeps flicking this magical coin anytime he can, and it keeps reappearing. And she actually. Zach, go ahead. She walks up to Fabio and whispers something in his ear. And Zach, you actually need to. Could you roll me a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah. How exactly do I do that?
That's a D20 minus, because I know you have really bad wisdom. A D20 minus your modifier.
Minus my wisdom.
Not your whole wisdom, but your modifier that's there. It should be a minus. I remember it was low, but.
Oh well, this is about to get fucked up because it's 3.
Oh
so
no!
You hear this. You recognize this harpy. Walking up to you and you're playing and whatever, and suddenly something trickles into your ear. It is this sweet nothing of an unforgotten time, a magical place of 3 months of intense, sincere, frankly, mostly sex, but also love. There's something here, and you, for better or worse, are willing to do anything this harpy says right now.
Fuck.
Oh my God, Fabio, that is so cool. You are so talented. Why don't you stop playing? You stop playing. Fabio, you are so fucking fun. Remember how much fun we used to have? We used to go everywhere and drink, and you would play for me, and we would cause havoc with so much chaos. Oh my God, I'm having so much fun right now. You're having fun right now. You start feeling like you're having fun. So let's I'm so tired of this place though. This place is so fucking. it's kind of a bore. And you're like the coolest thing that's happened here. I've been here for like a week, and you're easily the coolest thing that's happened to me in my life. So I don't want you to leave me again or be held by anyone else ever again. But let's leave. She kind of rumbles this up. You get up and you follow this this harpy out the door. Yeah.
Jim, in that 10-minute period, could I take a whack at talking to Drugger?
Yeah. Feel free.
Cool. This is with the +1. He's still playing. This is like back in time, if you don't mind.
Okay, yeah. And Zach, you did get a +1 there. It doesn't matter. But
Yeah. Fuck, I got a 3. I already know I'm fucking dead.
What do you want to say to Drew? His name's Drew.
Hi, nice to meet you, Drew. My name's Nebo. Pleasure to meet you. I understand you're the owner of this establishment.
Yep.
I understand you're not having a good time of it.
Oh.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm very sorry to hear that. I'm not much for business. However, I was thinking, on one hand, you've got a wonderful place here. The whole lock and key situation works two ways, It can keep people out, but it also can let people in who are really desirous to go in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's curious you say that. I know why I do that, and I've thought about what you're saying because I do run a business. I've got a whole stream of customers that usually show up here. If you haven't noticed, there's a lot of talk about Misil Tavern. That's because of me, and it's because they're really talking about this place, the Thistle Misil. To be frank with you, and he kind of like looks down, and he's like, he's frustrated. He's in a ranty mood. I don't really want to hear what you have to say about how I should run my business. We know how to address the passwords. If your friend, and he points to Fabio, or who's kind of at this point he's still playing. If your friend wasn't so talented at that whatever the fuck he's playing, I'd honestly kick you guys out, and I'd probably burn that doppelganger piece of shit right here, right now.
I understand, my friend. Not friend. I'm sorry, that was a bit too formal or friendly. Like, is there any way we could help you? I really want to see this place thrive. I hadn't heard about it, and I just showed up from out of town, and I'd love to help you out in some way. Is there anything, where are your customers? Where are your not regulars, We'd love to assist. Right now we're in the middle of, fucking cleaning up after that fucking doppelganger. But, I'd be willing to lend you a hand.
He kind of like he has a drink next to him, and he kind of puts it down after like taking a sip. I have two problems. One, it's his adventurer's wrist like you. I'm gonna assume you're a good guy, and you're not gonna tell the authorities that there's a secret tavern under here.
Hey, cab motherfucker.
Oh,
All
yeah.
constables are bastards.
Fuck yeah. Okay, cool. He kind of hears this. You don't like ACAB as a phrase does not exist in Ontil. But in the underworld, it is a big phrase. And that instantly tells him like you don't give a fuck about Ontil authority. He's kind of like, okay, cool. Listen, and this kind of boosts his spirit. I like your style. I honestly didn't see that coming from a half elf. I haven't seen one of you down here for a while. I got two problems. One of them's bigger. I got the authorities. That piece of shit orc is starving my business by checking everyone that comes in here. The caravan hasn't been able to sneak anyone in. Two, and this is a bigger one, frankly, it's fucky upstairs, but downstairs, it's pretty fucky too. Lord Tuss. You know Lord Tuss?
No.
Around the underworld?
I haven't heard the name.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit. He's also a powerful death knight. He lives underneath Ongtil in the sub Ongtil farms. It's I don't know if you know about it. Basically, they got people farming these spices from the roots that are in the cavern. He owns this bar, really. I'm in name the owner, but I pay so much taxes to him. let me be frank. In some sense, if I was caught and arrested by Ongtil authorities, the week or so of my life that I would have left before I was executed would be in some sense freer than it is now. The guy is a piece of shit and takes everything we own. If you could kill him or do something with him, yeah, I think you could help me out. And he says this in a way where he's like, doesn't really think you're gonna help. Like this is a big ask.
You know, I might be willing to go about killing some Death Knights. It's a big ask, as you know, but right now, while we're in the middle of a venture deeper to get some goblins and to kill off, no, other way around, to get an elf and to kill off some goblins who took her, thanks to Mr. Douchebag over there next to the fire. We'll get right on the work of trying to find out more information about, where we might find him and attack him. And if there's one thing I can do for you, it's that when we need a drink, we'll come back to you if you don't mind. We'll we'll buy drinks from you. We'll be business. We'll happily pay.
This all sounds great to him. He kind of hears it in disbelief. This guy's been seeing a good amount of stuff. And he says, "Look, Lord Tuss doesn't go anywhere. He's just down on the farm. The back door leads there. Good luck. I mean, you could go down there and take care of. You'd make me the happiest man in the world. If you want to do that, goddamn, I would love that. Cool." Let me buy you a drink, and he raises his hand, and a drink comes off. This is good, and you immediately you smell it. This is some good fucking mead. This is not what was upstairs. This is high alcohol, underworld, fiendish fucking beer. Whatever.
Does he have a drink too?
Yeah.
I give him a nice professional cheers and drink with him. And now now let's get back to the fact that after the drink, I get up and enjoy the music, but I'm standing near the door and I've picked up Cyril because we need to get moving. But Zach's possessed.
Yeah. So the scene skips back to Temek very quickly, and there is the bodyguard. I mean the guard who is a chieftain orc is standing behind Shemek and actually says, kind of nudges him and sees these imps on them who kind of look and like instantly hiss at him as if he's going to take them away. He's like, "Wait, mate, can I talk to you for a second? Orc to orc."
I kind of look at him reluctantly. I'm enjoying myself clearly.
Yeah,
you
are. Damn.
Like who are you? What do you need from me?
He kind of looks at the imps and he's like, "Look, I don't know you, but my friend's gone missing. I can't really trust any other type of person." And the imps kind of hear, "Oh, my friend's gone missing," and they're like, "Are you talking about Tut-Toot?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm talking about Tut-Toot. Everybody knows about Tut-Toot, you idiot." And he's like, "Oh, fuck, okay, well, yeah, you can tell that he wanted to keep it kind of secret." He's like, "Look, our beloved Tut-Toot, we don't know where he went. I was asking, maybe you guys could look out for him if you saw him. Maybe he ran out in the forest. Maybe he's an Ongtil, but we're worried sick about him." One of the imps chime in, "Yeah, Tut-Toot fucks." And then the other imps kind of nod, and then the orc kind of looks at you. He's like, "Yeah, he kind of fucks. He's the coolest dude we've ever met. Could you just look out for him? Is that cool?"
That intrigues Shemek, and he's kind of desperate for other role models in his life, so he's kind of excited at the notion, and it's like, "Okay, I'll look out for him."
Great. He's thank you so much. I really appreciate it. He's couple things. He's a giant mushroom. And he's a humanoid mushroom, and he was actually born like a week ago, and we don't know how that happened, but he wandered in, and he's just like, he's the best dude we've ever met. We're worried about him. This is to say he's practically a child.
He fucks.
Oh, he fucks. This guy fucks. All the imps like are braked like the only person who could challenge your incantation on these imps is Tuttoot, and they all in unison go like, he fucks. Yeah. And he looks like he's really happy. He doesn't really know this orc. You might look up to him. This guy's pretty fucking dumb. He doesn't really notice you're looking at him in an endearing way. He's this kind of thick-headed dude who's missing his friend. Thanks, orc to orc, man. And he holds out his like a fist. You go to nudge it, and he kind of awkwardly opens his palm, and he kind of grips it. Yeah. Great. Scene skips. Zach, you were let out. Excuse me, Fabio. You were let out by this seductive, like kind of like grunge moving harpy, and you're outside the bar.
Hold on. I'm standing by the entrance of the bar.
Okay. Yeah. You want to say anything?
Yeah. Where you going there, Fabio?
I don't really know. I'm just sort of following her. She's so sweet and
Fabio.
Excuse me,
Joan.
Didn't get your
Fabio?
name?
Oh, my name? My name is none of your fucking business. Do you understand me? Fabi?
Excuse me.
Are we leaving right now?
Business. All right. Fabio is on a job right now, and we need to get that done. And I understand you want to get fucking laid, but I'm here to tell you that's not happening tonight, okay?
Okay. Great. Yeah, Fabio, how about we fucking leave? Zach, you can roll me another d20 with the same wisdom minus. You get a +1, so it might even out.
Bill, I appreciate you trying to save my fucking life right now.
Shem, I need your assistance here.
Oh, right. Yes. I politely asked the imps on my arms back. I've got.
Ah, damn it! All right.
Ooh,
oh shit!
That one.
God.
No.
You.
This is just perfect.
Oh,
this is how I.
This
is
is great
how I
for me. I
die.
love this. Shemek, you look at Nebo. You don't know this fucking guy that well. He's trying to get in between you and what has been a rediscovered love of your life. You punch Nebo in the fucking face. You don't give a fuck. Nebo. Yeah, he does. You don't see this coming.
Oh, okay.
You don't see this coming. You're just like, why, Nebo? Like, what are you doing, dude? Lady, why are you acting so erratic? Zach is seeing something totally different. You might as well like just choke this bitch in his eyes. You take. Let me see.
So
I just punched Nebo.
You punch Nebo in the face. And you take 1 point of damage. Not wasn't the hardest punch. You can tell Fabio's kind of out of it. She storms out. Fabio, you follow, and you're in this pitch black area. Anyone else can follow, but things are happening pretty quickly at this point. And
I'm following out. I'm following out, and I'm fucking.
I'm following too.
Okay.
I decide to.
You can tell something's going on. Like the punch kind of like the music stopped. Who is sneaking up to the tavern trying to play again, and everyone's. Yeah, but the punch happens like on the way out, and it's kind of a scene. It's like, whoa, what just happened? Shemek, you follow. Do you try to bring the imps?
No, I tell him it's like, hey, sweeties, I got somewhere to be, somewhere to go. I'll see you another
please
time.
Come back. We'll suck your. And then the door closes as you leave. And then and as this is happening, the Tammy, she's moving quick too. She knows she's being chased down right now. Fabio's in front of her. You are at this black pit that I talked about that kind of angled down, and she says, Fabio, oh my god, let's go down, you first. And Fabio, what?
Can I catch up to her?
This is you got punched in the face, staggered. The distance between this door and this black kind of slip and slide is pretty close. So you're kind of staggered. It's hard to tell exactly what's going on. She's basically whispering commands to Fabio to do at this point. It's gonna be a really hard ask or attempt to stop what's going on.
Well, I'm trying to attack her.
Oh, you're trying to attack her.
Yeah, I'm casting bonus action Shillelagh, and I'm
Okay.
going to attack her with it.
Okay.
With my quarterstaff.
Cool.
If that's what I was
Right.
asking, can I catch up to her and hit her?
You could catch up to her and hit her. What it doesn't promise is that you will keep Fabio from going down. But yeah, let's see what you got.
Okay.
Only an attack to hit. Just a normal one. You know, she's practically in combat with you.
13 plus fucking 4, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
That's 1d8 plus 2 is what I'm rolling for that.
Okay, let me see something.
So fucking killer, bro.
It's non-lethal damage.
Oh, it's non-lethal damage. Okay.
My intent is to basically just knock her out.
Okay. Let me check because this is not going exactly how I figured, of course. Let me just make sure you didn't just like obliterate her brain.
I mean, no offense to harpies.
No, you didn't. Okay, she's
whole backstory of like they do this. This is
yes,
I
know.
The druid. I've got some knowledge of this kind of crap. Like
right, yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, you hit her pretty. How much damage did you do?
Not a terrible amount. 4.
4. Okay, yeah, you smack her off the head. She goes, "What the fuck?" And then, Fabio, you slide down this black pit, and she follows right after you.
Fuck.
I Jim and I say, well, the good news is there's only one way to go, really.
Yeah, Zach, you everyone's behind you. You fall into this pitch black. If you thought it was dark up there, it is like as dark as sin down here. Give me one sec. Let me get you. So yeah, looking around, you are you can't see. You can barely see kind of a dome shape. You hear all this like slime running down. The slide itself was, you know what? It was about 5-6 seconds long, so it wasn't the longest slide. And you fall, and as you fall into this area, you notice your feet get lodged into this deep gooey substance that's like normally, like if you didn't fall from the height that you did, you would be standing on this stuff. It's pretty solid. You can't move, and you look around. Suddenly, this harpy falls right next to you, and she kind of she doesn't land on her feet because she got smacked over the fucking head. Let's see, one sec. Okay, she takes 2 damage, and she kind of smacks her head on the ground, and you can barely tell that there is something, multiple figures. You hear moving, you hear groaning, you also hear the mumbles of what seem to be more common tongue than you might expect to be down here. My headphones has died, but yeah. So what does everyone do?
Am I still?
One sec.
Okay.
I need to switch my headphones.
Hey, Shem,
Yeah.
you got any rope?
Let me check my inventory.
What's,
I was thinking that.
so
Oh, and I totally forgot Thesial back in the tavern.
Pick them up.
Should I go back and get him really quick?
I got them.
Okay.
Okay.
I do have rope. It extends 50 feet.
Cool.
Okay.
I guess what I'm thinking is that's a slippery slide. It might be advisable to put the rope down and then use the rope to support us as we go down so that if there's a fall, we don't take any damage from it. If you'd be willing to do that with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jim, I didn't take any damage, did I?
No,
fell
you landed
feet
on your
first.
feet. You're fine.
Yeah. But
I will be explicit though. You can try the rope thing, but that will mean that Zach will be going into combat by himself.
Oh, well. Never mind. Save your rope, I guess. Let's go.
You can try. That'd be interesting.
Okay. I did have a question though. So when I land, this harpy bitch just got her brains rattled, and then she hit her head on the way down. So she's taken like 6 damage. She's probably, I would imagine, she's at least a little rattled. Am I still under a spell, or is this phrase by phrase commands? And the moment I'm finished with her command, I'm kind of back to being
You've
lucid.
broken out of it. You've broken out.
Okay,
of it.
so I'm lucid again, so I can
Yeah.
like dictate my own actions. Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Can I do any kind of a perception check? You said that there's figures down here. Is there any sort of like perception I can roll for, something where I can hear how close they are, how much room I have?
Yeah, you can roll a
around
perception check. You get something really good. Yeah, roll me something. Roll me a d20.
9. Fuck. Let me see. Do I have anything I can add to that?
Your perception modifier?
Yeah.
It's going to be hard, though, because apparently it's darker here.
Oh, I'm -1. God,
Not too high.
damn it, 'cause I'm so...
I can tell you it won't make much of a difference unless it's like a +10. You can't really tell what's going on. You have seen enough in your 50-odd years to know that whatever is down here, it's definitely coming for you.
All right.
You do hear noises. You hear kind of a gnawing and kind of this. You hear a gnawing and something that sounds like mumbling common tongue, which means like shit you can understand.
Ooh, fiends.
And everyone else, I mean, you can call out to anyone else. I mean, I don't know if they know what you're seeing. I don't think they would.
I'm ready to jump down.
It definitely won't be easy to get you out.
We're jumping down the thing.
Oh, you're jumping down. Okay.
We're ready to go in.
And we're doing it safely.
I kind of.
So they slide down feet first. Is that what you're saying?
So that's what I mean.
My
not like an idiot.
My headphones. Sorry, give me a second.
Unless you're going down the head first, Shem.
I kind of want to. Would it be possible? How do I describe it? But on my 2 feet, have one leg extended and the other one kind of bent and kind of slide down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm on a skateboard, but I'm not.
No, you guys.
You sound like this.
You have a torch too, I assume. Yeah. You do.
Right.
Okay, if you wanna be flashy, roll me. I'll give you this choice. If you roll me something really cool, I might do something. If you just say I do this, yeah, you're a fucking orc. You're pretty badass. You could get away with this.
But then there's
rolling.
Alexandria athletics, and those are sexy.
You could do something. You could roll a d20 plus your athletics modifier. I'll give you that.
Okay, let's do it. 13 plus. +5. Let's go. 18.
Go.
Yeah.
Go.
You fucking. What was the thing that you were doing? What did you say?
I'm
Slid
standing
down
up.
like one leg, like she's going down. Like
You
this.
you fucking in like from a different dimension. You're suddenly like a Taekwondo practitioner. You have this like kick out, and you grab your axe with a your fingers are gripped around the crocheted handle of your axe, and you slide down. You don't really. Let me think. What you got? An 18?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you were behind. Okay, yeah. Okay. I'll give you another choice. You can roll a perception check. And I'll do something even cooler. Or you can just keep it as it is, and you can just, you've already succeeded someone.
Dude.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Oh boy.
You got those dice. They're fucking.
Oh no. Hold on. Oh god.
It's okay. You got +1. Oh no, you don't.
I got a 6.
That's 6. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
Plus anything? That's 6 is total?
Yeah, that's total.
Okay. Yeah. You slide down, and you in the moment you're feeling pretty cool. You just had like 3 fucking imps like fall in love with you. You haven't had a lot of experiences like that. You were feeling pretty top in the world. You slid down. You can tell you're doing right. Instead of just like falling down there, really cool, like maybe falling on top of this fucking harpy and doing some damage, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna use my axe. You take out your axe and you see 2 figures, can't really tell which one's which, and
Oh,
you
no.
slide down, and you do throw me an attack, or you hit, unfortunately, but throw me an attack and I'll make it at a disadvantage.
Okay.
So
Okay,
roll.
so I have to roll a d12.
So you roll twice and take the lower.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So just the damage though, because you did.
D12, you could kill me in one fucking swing.
Okay. I got 11 first one.
You got a 1?
You got a
11.
1?
Oh,
11.
okay.
thank fucking God.
And
Okay.
She got an 11 for the first one.
And then I got 6, 9.
6, 9.
So 9.
Because I have a +3 slashing.
Okay, yeah, yeah. You fall down and you unfortunately you gouge Fabio in the arm, in the back of the arm.
So sorry.
For not. Hey, rule of cool can definitely fire back a bit. Yeah, Fabio, you take 9 damage right out of the.
I would die. I'm died.
You
You're
have
down.
9. You have 9 health. That's your full health.
Yeah, but she rolled a 1 the first time.
No,
No, she-
I rolled an 8.
Oh, I
The
just
first one
died.
was 11 dead.
Okay, you are so Zach. If you don't know, for death rolls, what happens is you have to.
Shem.
Fucked everything up.
Shem, this happens, you know, that fuckboy energy got the best of you, and you took the big thing. I'm sorry, maybe I should have. Okay, so I don't. You have hand axes, right?
It was a great axe.
I know you have hand axes. Do you see what I'm telling you?
I have a crossbow.
Let it happen. Okay, I'm just a new GM. Zach, so when death rolls happen, you have to roll above a 10 3 times. If you roll below a 10 3 times, you're dead. You're dead. Like you were. Fabio just met his ex-wife, and she fucking basically murdered him.
I murdered.
So okay, so this is where we're at. Everyone's down. I don't. Yeah, what's up?
The moment I get down, I cast Bonfire within, like, say 5 feet, like a safe distance from us. But I create Bonfire.
Did you go down before Ron?
I think with Shem's fucking exuberance, I definitely was like, "Go ahead, bro."
Okay, yeah.
Because,
All right.
like, imagine if that was coming right behind me
If you had gone before
and like thrown into the room.
because technically you were right behind her, but if you're going to say Shemek went before you, that's fine. That's just how I had it in my mind. Okay, so Shemek did go before you, so there was no extra light to see who she was about to slash.
Yeah, making it all work. But now that I'm down there, cast Bonfire, which creates a bonfire in a spot. So now there's a bonfire in front of us.
Okay, yeah, you light up the room considerably. So now, Zach, you're unconscious. I'm sorry, you had a really bad time. That will happen. You notice there is a hag in this because of the fire. You notice there is a hag dressed in like mud and seaweed, kind of leaning over. What seems to be a half-elf woman tied up, and she has been gnawed on a bit by this hag, a little nibble here and there, but she's her mouth is gagged, so you can't really hear her. And you notice the slime around you is some of it in direction seems to be moving. Yeah, so now we're about to jump in combat. If you guys are tapped out, we'll go into combat immediately next time we start.
Oh god.
Wait, so Am I dead? Am I
You
rolling?
might you could usually would roll during combat, which is what Nebo seems to want. But I
Okay.
would say, I mean, if we did that and we started a session and you died immediately,
Yeah.
I
I got
don't.
you. I got you. Don't worry, I got you. I can save you.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Shit.
Also, well, I don't want to ruin suspense, but I have whatever.
No, Jim, if you want to call it, that's cool.
No, I'm down if you guys are. I would grab another beer. We could launch into combat. But if you guys are pressed for time, okay, you got beer.
Mhm.
Okay, Anna, are you down?
I don't.
Yeah.
Bill's got a beer. I mean,
Okay, well,
I
I'm gonna
have-
grab another beer. Let me just.
And
I am so hot
drop
right now.
us in a minute with hags after a dating sim. Let's do this, man. Like, fuck.
Zach, think about this as like how your team bonds. Okay, the younger man that you used to be. All right, I'll go back.
Zach, I've got cure wounds. I'm not sure.
Do you mind grab?
I can cast it twice. What I'll need is cover from our wonderfully endowed warrior here. By the way, are you a barbarian or a fighter?
I am a fighter.
Okay, cool. Oh, that's gonna be fun. That's just complicated. Uh, cool, but we got this fucking shit. I'm not sure
Okay.
if the cure wounds will bring you up to 1, which is what it does in 5e. Is when you receive something, you might get up to 1 health, and then from there you have to like cure yourself. But you're
Yeah.
stable. You're back. You're back up.
that's great because I think my healing generally. I mean, last time I like healed myself fully, like it was nothing.
Yeah.
Let me see what I
Okay.
fucking have.
God.
I'm not super familiar with my spells. I'm still trying to remember.